Hey guys, how are you doing? Welcome. I'm glad you're here at PTSD Thriver. My name is Jaffe and I'm very glad to see you. And I hope you're glad to see me. Oh man, my people. I've had a rough week. Um, been very sad. I know I talked a little bit about that last time, but episode 19, are we on now? Sounds right, I think. But anyway, just been very sad this week. Feel feel like something's missing. Um, but I want to talk today a little bit about how I deal with what I'm dealing with today, which is strong emotions, because I have them all the time. Usually like with the anxiety and stuff, it's usually I feel fear. Um, uh, my freeze, fight, or flight system is like always on. I always feel like there's danger right around every corner. But I also have a logical side that says, well, that can't possibly be true, even just looking at statistics. Oh gosh, how old am I? 42 now. I've been through how much horrible things for almost that entire time. And I mean, statistically speaking, I'm probably due for some good stuff to happen. Just saying, it's probably about time. But anyway, I digress. I feel very strongly. I'm quite sensitive in the feelings area. And I used to be able to just shut them off because they're just too strong, and I didn't know how to deal with them. And I didn't really have anybody to help me with that or anyone to talk to. I've been struggling with this kind of thing as long as I can remember, even as a kid. So the way I look at it is that I don't want to make any decisions that are purely based on emotion. I also don't want to make any decisions that are purely based on logic either. But that has really helped me get through a lifetime of traumatic things. Is that, well, I have this logical side that says, well, that can't really be true. I know it feels that way, but, it's that kind of thinking can't be true. There's another perspective. So, in a weird way, I kind of have two perspectives. And maybe everybody does, or maybe we have more. I don't know. There might be the potential for unlimited perspectives. I don't think we're quite sure of everything that humans are capable of yet. But, yeah, most of the time I feel terrified, like something bad is about to happen. Like I live in the beginning of a disaster movie, and I'm the only one who knows a disaster is about to happen. So, just getting out of bed is like a win for the day. Getting out the door is a win for the day. Just getting through the day is a win for the day. That's, in some ways, I've survived the trauma, but I'm still working on surviving the aftermath of it, especially because it's not all processed yet. So, some things I do to combat that. First of all, just listen to the feelings. I don't know what you have to do, but for me, I have to coexist with these feelings in order to just function or adulting or whatever people call it. I got shit to do, people. Sorry, excuse my French. I got shit to do. I got a kid to take care of. He didn't ask for all this, but I gotta be the best mom I can be. So just acknowledge that this stuff is going on really helps me. Like, because I used to fight it or shut my feelings down. Well, I broke that. I broke that skill. So I really can't shut anything down anymore. Everything's on my sleeve. If I'm having a sad day, I'm just gonna cry all day. Oh well. That's what happens. It makes other people uncomfortable. Sorry, other people. But I feel how I feel. I can't hide it anymore. I kind of broke that part of myself, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Feelings need to come out. They're there for a reason. Our feelings were put there for a reason. They are very valuable information to us, I believe. And it's important to listen. It's important for me to listen to my feelings and acknowledge that and be gentle on myself instead of shutting it down or stuffing it or, just ignoring it. I don't know what all the things I used to do, but I used to be very good at just shutting my feelings off, just switch them off like that. No thanks. I'm done playing. Here, you can have all the toys. I'm leaving. That's what I used to do, but I can't do that now. So what I do now is learn to coexist with it. They're very uncomfortable. Feelings this strong are so uncomfortable, and I completely understand how people feel so mentally tortured, because it can be torture. Plus, sleep deprivation, nightmares, you name it. There's all kinds of fun symptoms, shall we call them, that we have to deal with. But I'm living proof that it's possible to get through it and to coexist with it, because this stuff has to be processed. It has to come out. It's supposed to come out. That's how our feelings work, or at least that's how my feelings work anyway. I can't really speak for everyone. I can speak my thoughts that I suspect might be for everyone, but it's just my intention to share these things and see if maybe I can help someone else or even help myself. Sometimes it helps me to talk out loud, and even though I'm kind of talking to myself, I know I'm talking to other people too that may be dealing with some similar stuff. Hopefully I can help. You're not alone. I know I feel alone sometimes, but I also know that I'm not alone. Not everybody else knows that. So what you experience is your unique experience, and that, I believe, is the only way that a person is alone in what you experience and what you feel, because you're unique. Everyone is unique in that way. But we are all also human. I know I said last time, or no, it was in the pep talk. Yeah, we're superhuman, people. Don't forget that. Definitely don't forget that. Remember, you're superhuman and you got this. Even when it feels like you are broken down and on the floor, just wait. All you have to do is wait, or go back to bed, or take a nap, or just be gentle on yourself in whatever way works for you. That's just advice. I mean, I'm not nowhere near bossy as I used to be. I don't know what's right for everyone. I can only figure out what's right for me and my son to a certain extent. So it's important to listen to that information because it's there for a reason. I believe God gave us feelings and intuition and all that stuff we can't really explain. Like, it just doesn't feel right in my gut or whatever. Those feelings or sensations. Or even it might just be like a ringing in your ears. Like, I've been having a horrible ringing in my ears today. And a headache. And I'm trying my darndest to just calm down, be with it, and listen. And do what I need to do to help myself feel better, because my body knows. Even if my mind can't slow down enough to pay attention or whatever, there is a wisdom to our feelings. So sometimes listening to them and then making a decision, or even going the other way But I recommend doing both. Doing some problem solving and logical thinking also can be very helpful, because we tend to get stuck in one perspective, depending on our feelings or our thoughts or whatever. But I'm here to tell you, people, those things don't have to dictate your perspective. That's not what they're there for. They're there to help you make decisions and to help you survive and get through life and do what's best for you. That's what I believe. And I'm also kind of telling it to myself because I see myself in the camera. So when I sound like I'm being bossy, I'm really more telling it to myself. And I'm saying it with love. I really don't want to be mean about any of this at all. I mean, we suffer enough. I wouldn't wish this suffering on my worst enemy. Not that I have enemies, but just, you know what I mean when I use that expression. This is so horrible, I wouldn't wish it on anyone. So if we can just raise awareness, tell people what's going on. Even if they don't understand, maybe they'll understand it like a year from now, after they, run it through the mill for a while, chew on it, so to speak. They might not understand, but just getting the words out there. I can't handle that today. This is what I can handle today. I'm too sad to do anything else. This is what I can handle today. So, just a suggestion. I'm working on it myself. It's like a muscle I gotta flex. It's a skill. A skill I have to practice. But yeah, first for me is acknowledging those feelings, because sometimes I get so stuck in my own mind or thoughts or whatever's going on that I don't even realize that I'm so tensed up that my body is aching. Sometimes it takes that strong, uncomfortable feeling to wake you up, or to wake me up. I don't know if it'll wake you up or not, but it'll wake me up. Sometimes I tell God he's got to kind of smack me in the face with it, because it's hard for me to pay attention sometimes, which is a whole nother ball of wax. But anyway, I have a soapbox on ADD and focus and trauma. But those thoughts, not just the feelings and not just the sensations in the body, the physical feelings. I have to acknowledge what I'm hearing as well, because I get ringing in my ears and it changes depending on what's going on. If I feel especially not safe, I think, is what makes my ears ring louder. Just feeling less safe when my ears ring like that. And I think it has to do with my anxious nervous system being even more activated. That can cause ringing in the ears. But yeah, I've got a headache as well today. But I think that is also related to the crying. I had to get some crying out earlier, and I find sometimes that I feel drained after that, or a headache, or maybe it feels drained, but I suspect it may be that I haven't cried enough, because crying is uncomfortable. I don't like doing it for extended periods of time. So I think I kind of like, all right, that's enough for now. Just get it out in little bits at a time during the day. But that's one reason I sort of keep to myself, because you can't just be out and about. Or maybe it's more acceptable to do that these days. More people are starting to understand that there are things going on. Thank you, COVID, for that. But I do problem solving as well, but I include my feelings in it, just as information. It may be variables, kind of look at my life as sort of an experiment. And I use the scientific method, not to get too nerdy on you guys, but I use the scientific method to see what works for me. Because sometimes I have to look at the big picture to be able to figure it out. Sometimes I can't see the forest for the trees. So logical problem solving really helps me with that. And where I factor feelings in is into my variables and assumptions. And I mean, I'll note them in my expectations. I don't know. I try not to have expectations. That's a little bit of a dirty word to me. I think this is a side, but I'm going to say, but I digress. But I think that's a big trap for people when dealing with other people. We make a lot of incorrect assumptions on what's going on with someone else, or even based on the certain words they use or the tone of voice. And instead of just asking, we just use our incorrect assumption and, sabotage the relationship or whatever. Or sabotage yourself. Maybe blocking your own blessings by doing that. Assumptions aren't good for me. I'm so weird that probably people's assumptions are almost always incorrect. But I digress, and I'm nowhere near normal. So anyway, another soapbox for another time. But I don't know if I want to call this feelings versus logic, because I believe they should be looked at together and used together as tools. Your feelings are tools. They are information. They are very valuable. Yet another sidebar. There's something I feel like men in this world have been abused. Or boys, this the whole you're not allowed to have feelings thing to me is bullshit. And so many men are abused. Another soapbox for another time. I have opinions. But I think men are abused in a few ways, but whether it's a boy or a girl, we should not tell our children. This is my opinion. Now, I try to stay away from the shoulds, but I feel very strongly about this. Feelings are important. Don't ever tell your child to shut down their feelings. Even if you think they're irrelevant or you don't agree or you don't understand. Don't ever invalidate someone else's feelings, whether they are a child or a teenager or an adult. Everybody has feelings, and their feelings are valid. My feelings are valid. And they should be respected because people don't understand them. So be nice to yourself and be nice to other people. You never know what someone else is going through. You never know if you say the wrong thing and it might turn into that movie, that Russell Crowe movie. You never know when somebody's this close to snapping. So if you're going to have road rage, your actions have consequences. Just saying, people. That's a little grown-up advice. It's usually the ones that haven't grown up yet or don't have that grown-up perspective that don't realize your actions have consequences, kid. Just saying. But I'm going to be gentle on myself. I'm going to go take a bubble bath. Yeah, sounds good. I'm going to do that. Take a bubble bath. Maybe have meditation. Yeah, maybe a little bit of both. That sounds good. Sounds good. I'm going to go do that. You guys go take care of yourselves. Let me know what you think. What do you think about feelings versus logic, or feelings plus logic equals what? I don't know. Equals equanimity, peace, calm. That's how you do it. Resiliency. That's the word I was looking for. It only took me 20 minutes to get there. That's how I do, though, folks. It's episode, 19 now. So, If you don't know yet, I meander around till I find my point. I apologize, but hopefully it's entertaining along the way. Yeah, let's bounce back, people. 'Cause this shit's hard. Okay? You need a hand? Here it is. Need a hug? Sure that is too. Yeah, I needed that too. Thanks. Thanks for being here with me. See you next time. Take care of yourself. For real. Love you.